Okay guys, welcome back to another day of pool. Today was an extremely difficult day. It took forever to get 3 runouts. And I actually have an extra game in here for you after this one. So please stay tuned for that, and I'll go over why I kept it when we get there. But on this game, we had a nice break, and you can see how the balls spread evenly, although most of them in the middle of the table. But at least they were all separated from each other. And I kind of like the pattern that you see here. We went ahead and took stripes first. And on that draw shot, left me for a pretty easy side or shot in the corner pocket straight in, and draw that back again. And this time we had to go for our combo, which I'm not a big fan of, as most of you know, but sometimes you have to shoot combos, obviously. And so the reason I don't like them is because they're harder to leave yourself proper, and a lot of times you don't even hit them in because the aim is so difficult on combos. So we missed, and now player 2 steps up and makes that solid. That 3 ball barely falling was the key to this run out. And as you see, I broke that 8 up a little bit to get it off the rail. And so it's pretty much smooth sailing as long as I don't hit any balls weird into another one. And so we do a little draw shot there, get on this 5 ball, bump that 8 to the other side of the table, still in the middle, which is nice because if I can get to it, I'll be able to have a nice easy shot. And this 7 ball became a problem. Because it's such a long shot and it's in the middle of the table. I could have gone either to the left corner or the right. I chose the right because I liked the way the cue ball came off to leave me for this last solid. And you see the 8 ball, I knocked it just even a little bit more close to the side. And if that wasn't enough, let's just tap it a little bit more. Now let's go ahead and celebrate because that 8 is nearly unmissable. And tap it in here, guys, and use the cue ball to come off the wall. And so I've been working a lot on my banks. I probably could have made this cleanup shot here into the left corner, but instead I went for the bank and missed it. You see how close it was. It's the diamond tables for you guys. And let's go ahead and tap that one in and tap this one in and call it a game. And the reason I was saying this day was difficult is because the runouts were few and far between. And I finally had a chance for a run out here, and I want you guys to watch this game. It's very interesting. This break is pretty decent. Got a ball to fall. 1 ball. And now as you scan the table, it looks to me like stripes are looking pretty prime here, guys. And so as you scan the table, there's 2 solids down at the bottom. That's why I chose stripes, is because I didn't want to have to deal with those. And the stripes, like I said, look pretty good. And so now it's just about maneuvering around the table with a little bit of draw there. Slowed that cue ball down, put it right in the middle for my next shot. And you can see that stripe in the middle by the foot string here. That's what I was trying to go for. I wanted to get that ball out of the way, but I hit a little bit too soft there, and so I had to come back for that other stripe, which luckily I still had a shot on. And now this shot to me makes or breaks this game. As you see here, I wanted to get on that orange stripe, 13 to be exact, but I didn't like the way the cut was going to be, and I figured may as well come off the rail with this leave here, like that. so I took that instead and left this for a really long 13. And I just want to hit this with kind of a medium pace and come back up. And there's where the problem is. I hit that solid on the way back up. And as you can see, just to the left of it is the 8-ball. And now I'm really snookered. And I'm really good at finding shots when I'm snookered. And sometimes, they come to you immediately, and sometimes it takes a second, so you really want to just scan every option. And it's looking like, yeah, you think that I could do this cut into the left corner pocket, but it's just too much of a cut, guys. I doubt it would have went. Even if I did get a piece of the cue ball on it, it was going to be hard to have enough power for it to roll all the way to the left corner. So now I had to start thinking banks, because I passed that 6-ball up into the corner or the side. And then the bank into the side pocket looked blocked. So as you see, it went in, but I called the double bank into the left corner. And so I was so bummed because I needed this run out, and this does not count. And I very rarely will leave a non-run out game in for the highlight, but I just wanted you guys to see this so you can understand how you can play perfect, have a little mistake or a little error, and lose the game. And especially if you knock the 8-ball into the wrong pocket. Being that the other player had so many balls on the table still, it would have probably been smarter to go for the safety. But that's neither here nor there now, guys, because this whole thing is about getting runouts for y'all. So that's why I went for the double bank and lost. But it was still a great game, so I left it in. Now on to the next game. We have a bank. This would be the second official run-out game of the day. And once again, we had a really nice spread on the balls. And so it looks like we took solids, I believe. Let's get this corner ball out of the way there and come back with this leave. And this is where the problem came up for this player. There is a 6-ball right past that stripe on the right-hand side and by the side pocket. Just a sliver. I was trying to get to it, but instead I hit the stripe. And so that player does not get his run out. I can't remember if I got a ball on the break. That's why I'm saying it that way, guys. But regardless of that, now the next player's up for his run out attempt. And the stripes are looking really nice. Come off the wall. Put a little follow so it'll come back down all the way for you. And get this stripe out. And this is where it's important. Come off the rail with some, look like I put a little bit of right on it to make it come to the rail that way and bump those balls and get those out of the way so I can have a better shot. And now this combo was key to this run out because it wasn't a combo, it was actually off the ball, the solid that was sitting there in the corner pocket. I needed to knock my stripe off that, follow it in. Did it perfect, guys. The reason I took that first was because I liked the way that the cue was going to hit the ball. So now coming off the rail here, instead of doing a draw shot and overdrawing or underdrawing, I like to come off the rail. And I wanted to put the cue ball dead center. I was a little short, but I still had a nice shot. The problem was that 1 ball there. I had to make sure not to hit it. And the way the cue was left, I had to do a little bit of draw to keep from scratching. When you do a draw on an angle like what you saw there, the cue will come back predictably into the middle of the table. If you do it too much draw, then it'll go to the wrong, to the corner. So you got to be careful about that. So let's just clean these up after that run out, guys. Now, that brings up a good point as I go for that bank and miss. If it's not a perfect game, sometimes I'll take harder shots. Like right there, I took that combo when I could have easily taken the solid that was in the corner pocket there. We'll go ahead and bank this, or kick bank is technically what they call that. Kick shot. Let's bank this one ball, which is beautiful. And then bump that, I think that's the 6. Bump that solid there and just put that away. Make sure not to scratch. Find your angles, guys, and if it's going to scratch, you can put some top spin or some draw, and that'll help you keep from scratching. But first, you got to find your angle the cue ball is going to come off, which is usually 30 degrees, and then you just follow that line. So I hope you enjoyed that game. Now, as you know, I never leave the camera on while I'm racking, but I do sometimes when it's a back-to-back game, because I like to show you guys that this was a back-to-back run-outs. So that's why I go in ahead and left the racking in, just because of the continuity of the games. I figured it would be nice. Now on this break, let's see if we can get a ball to fall, guys. And as you see there, a stripe right into the side pocket. So now it's a matter of finding the best lie at the table. As you know, our rule set is it's still open. The benefit of making a ball on the break is the player one, the breaker, gets to attempt his run out now, picking either the stripes or solids. If he misses, it's still open. That's an interesting rule set. I think it's much better than the APA rule set, because when you make a ball on the break, you should have the advantage, not have it taken away from you just because you made the wrong ball. And those, say like you make a stripe, those are going to be buried in the solids. Solids were great. By having it still open on the break, it takes away that issue. And you still get your advantage because you made a ball. So I like that rule set much better. And anytime we play for money, or if I set up a tournament, those are the rules I use. Otherwise, I don't really. I will play for dough if somebody wants to use the other rule set, but I do prefer this set here. So as we take that stripe, guys, kind of break up the balls around the string. Let's get this stripe out of the way. Bump that other stripe close to the side, so it'll be an easy shot. And now we've got a stripe all the way up at the left corner, kind of a little bit less than middle pace or medium pace, to keep the cue ball from coming too far back. And now we have a pocket shot here, where this is where we want to use that low draw a little bit. As you see, the cue ball went off at a weird angle to keep from scratching, and it busts up those other two stripes. Now, this is where it gets really difficult, guys. This is almost a 90-degree cut into the side pocket. But luckily, it wasn't quite 90. I probably wouldn't have gone for it if it was. But I still have to really be careful not to miss that shot. It was so important for this run. And as you see, I made it. Plus, I bumped that 9 into the middle. And I do have a kind of a difficult cut into the cross corner here, into the right corner. But I like the way the cue ball comes off the rail for my 8-ball shot. Now, keep in mind, this 8 isn't a give me. It still has to have a lot of preparation. You have to find your ghost ball and then just kind of hit it in with about just below middle pace. You don't want to hit it too soft because then it might throw the ball weird. So keep that in mind, guys. That is the way you do your runs, is you just got to meticulously think about each shot. And let's just go ahead and clean up this table. And if we make these last 4 balls, I think I could have been okay with day, even though, like I said, it was extremely difficult. And this game would be 3 run-outs. I got to a lot of 8 balls and screwed up a few times. And then that one game I showed you where I inked it into the side pocket when I called the double bank. So that didn't count. But in the fashion of the day, as you see, I left my leave just a little bit too short. Had a weird angle and couldn't cut that ball in I wanted. I should have went for the bank, I think. It would have been smarter. But that's okay. We'll go for the shot bank here. And put that, what looked like the 6 ball away. Break the balabushka up. And see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.